Hey, welcome back. It's your man Wise, and today I got a great video to share with you guys. We're going to check out a clip from the Benny Show. Go over to Benny Johnson's channel. Please check him out. I'm going to leave a link to the original video in the description box if you guys wanted to check that out. But we have to discuss this, man. I tried to do this video. It got blocked yesterday, but The Daily Show had a panel of black people on the show, and they were asking them, do y'all F with Trump? You'd be surprised at what was mentioned in that video. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Bronx and say, I wonder how many people Joe Biden could bring to the Bronx, right? Like, could Joe Biden bring anyone to the Bronx? And more importantly, the Bronx, which is almost entirely made up of Latino or black people. It's like the entire population, by the way, of this area where Donald Trump's doing this rally. The polls aren't looking great for Joe Biden amongst those groups of people. Like, anytime that the corporate press goes in and talks to like a black barbershop, these are the kind of answers they get.
People in your orbit who are either voting for Donald Trump or considering it?
For sure. A lot of my friends are obviously my age, so we're a little younger. We've only voted once, you know, for a president. And Trump is kind of all we know. And they're kind of Trump and Biden. They're like, well, we were broke with Biden. We weren't with Trump. And that's kind of the only thing that I'm hearing over and over again is that, well, Trump, we had money. Well, okay.
That is absolutely right. Anybody that is voting for the second time, these people, they have the opportunity to compare apples to apples. We all experienced a Trump administration. It was not as bad as the mainstream media tried to make it out to be. And to be honest with you, for the black community, it was actually very positive. And to be honest with you, you know what? I'm going to take that back. Not just for the black community, but for Americans, it was extremely positive. People were making money. People were starting businesses. People's 401ks were flush. Young people had opportunities for jobs and to start businesses. Generational wealth was being created. There was a lot of opportunity during the Trump administration, and all of that progress have come to a screeching halt during the Biden administration. We get a chance to compare one to the next, side by side. Without a doubt, things were a whole heck of a lot better during the Trump administration.
Yeah, with Trump, you had money. Isn't that good enough? Isn't that kind of the point? Like, you're living a better life? Like, isn't that enough? Yeah, that's actually, it's the economy, stupid, as they always say. Now, this is a MSNBC report, and, you know, credit where credit's due. They put that on air. A little less journalistic rigor, but nonetheless very interesting, is The Daily Show. Because The Daily Show went and talked with black voters in New York, of all places, and put together a little panel. And they sent their reporter in there to ask Biden or Trump. And the answers left the reporter for The Daily Show speechless. Check this out.
Who will you be voting for in 2024, Daryl?
Do I have to say his name? I don't want to, but more than likely it's going to be Trump.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Who are you going to be voting for?
Biden.
And then Victor?
I'm with her.
Oh, Biden, okay.
Trump.
Eric, Trump?
Biden.
Biden?
Trump.
Okay, we're an even split, which I didn't see that coming. So do you think there's going to be a big shift, any sort of change?
I think it's going to be a big shift.
Me too.
Big shift?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
For me, I've always been a Democrat, and it's like for the most part with the Democratic Party, they always make a bunch of promises that they can't deliver.
You know, they use the issues of the African-American community as a soapbox to stand on and make promises, you know, just to get us to come out and vote. And then once we vote and everyone's in place, it's like, well, what happened?
Would you say it's anything like somebody's in your DM and they're really laying it down, I'm gonna take you over here, girl, I'll take you to the top. You know what I mean? And then you finally go on the date and it's Burger King.
Or you get catfished.
If the polls are right and Trump is going up with black voters, what changed?
I wish I knew. I am not a huge fan of Trump. He don't respect the black person.
And Biden does? Has Biden issued an apology for the things that he's been caught saying?
He said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
You're not black.
What is that?
They have both said
Yes.
things that were questionable
Yes.
and unsavory.
Yes.
But when you start looking at facts, it's like, Biden, you done dropped the ball, brother.
Biden, you done dropped the ball, brother. This guy saying, you know, all of my friends tell me we broke with Biden. Down for those campaign slogans. Is there any data behind any of this? I mean, this is anecdotal, right? Like, so you're out in the street, you have videos of Donald Trump in the Bronx and in Harlem and in Fulton County like this. Here's Fulton County, Donald Trump driving through after getting arrested, after getting his mugshot. Donald Trump driving through and everyone's cheering for him. Is there any data to back all this up, or is it all just like videos from the street? Well, yeah, absolutely. There's really hard data to back it all up.
70%. That's a 16-point drop, John. And more than that, it's not just that Joe Biden is losing ground, it's that Donald Trump is gaining ground. You go from 7%, single digits at this point in 2020, to now 21%. And again, John, I keep looking for signs that this is going to go back to normal, and I don't see it yet in the polling. If anything, right now we're careening towards a historic performance for a Republican presidential candidate, the likes of which we have not seen in 6 decades.
And when you dig into this number here, what is the makeup of that number?
This is where we get very interesting. So I decided to dive deeper into the crosstabs, figure out where is it that Joe Biden is truly struggling among black voters. All right. So this is black voters, Biden versus Trump margin. Look at black voters age 50 and older, and you'll see, look, Joe Biden was leading amongst this group at this point by 83 points back in 2020. Now it's 74 points. So yeah, a slight decline in that margin, but nothing out of this world. Look at black voters under the age of 50. Holy cow, folks. Holy cow. Look at this. Joe Biden was up by 80 points among this group back at this point in 2020. Look at where that margin has careened down towards. It's now just, get this, 37 points. That lead has dropped by more than half, Mr. Berman. I just never seen anything like this. I'm like speechless.
I'm speechless. Bro.
Appreciate Benny for allowing me to use this video here, but I'll say this. Watching that Daily Show clip, what it showed me is that black people are starting to no longer vote as a monolith. They're starting to no longer vote blue no matter who without knowing why. More black people are actually starting to become more politically astute than they've ever been in the history of this country since they've had the ability to vote. We're starting to see more and more people value policy over party. See, we have an older generation of people in the black community, and shout out to, people like Ron Henderson and a few others that watch my channel, that they've cut through the bull and they've seen through the light many years ago. But there is a larger number of black people that would fall under that baby boomer category, 50 and up, that wholeheartedly believe that Democrats has had their best interests at heart all this time, not understanding that they've been voting against their actual interests and for their own demise for quite some time. And sometimes it's hard to even share that information with them because they just believe what they believe and they don't want to hear anything else. They don't want any new information. But the younger generation of black people are more likely to listen. They're more likely to hear you out. And like the brother at the barbershop said, I've talked to my friends. When Trump was in office, I had money. The money was flowing. The opportunities were plentiful. Since Biden and these Democrats got back in office, things are tough right now. Inflation is through the roof. Crime is up. Interest rates are up. Money is super expensive right now. You don't have as many people starting businesses. You have more people behind on bills, more people using credit cards to pay regular day-to-day expenses. We didn't have these issues 5 years ago, 6 years ago. We didn't have these issues. They want to gaslight us and tell us that the market is up, but most people can't afford to put money in the market right now. Most people have taken money out of their 401ks, or if they had investments account, they've taken money out of those investment accounts. People aren't buying homes like they were during the Trump administration because the interest rates are so crazy. And those of us that did purchase homes during that time frame, we're not giving up these daggone interest rates. We're never going to see 2 and 3% interest rates again. And we definitely won't see it as long as we have someone like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or any other Democrat in office. We won't see that. But I say all of that to say this. You have a younger sect of people that are looking at the policy. They're not watching the news. They're not watching CNN. They're not watching MSDNC. They're not paying attention to these DNC propaganda arms. They're not paying attention to them. What they're doing is they're going to more podcasts. They're going to more independent media outlets. They're listening to, more independent individuals that just give data and just give the facts without a spin. And you have a lot of people who are utilizing these things that we have called cell phones that everybody walks around with. And I tell people all the time that information is as free as it's ever been. And people can use and jump on these cell phones and they can get all the information that they need. And they can take that time to do their due diligence. They can take that time to research. But when it boils down to it, it's ultimately about the economy for a lot of people, and especially for Black people, especially for Black men. So what was shocking to me in that Daily Show clip is that you had 6 Black people, 3 women, 3 men. 2 of the sisters said that they were riding with Trump. Only 1 Black man said that they were riding with Trump. Now, I know the people that watch my channel, people in the comment section, shout out that NYC girl and shout out to Miss Angie and a few others out there that are supporting President Trump and the conservative side of things. But those ladies are few and far between, because what we do know is that historically, and from what we've seen in just clips, on different channels and different networks out there, that a lot of sisters out there are going to support the Democrat Party no matter what. They are, most loyal backers of the Democrat Party. So they're going to support these people. But I was shocked and thoroughly pleased to see that those sisters were saying, nah, we're not supporting that. So shout out one to, I believe the young brother's name was Josh Johnson. He's a comedian. Shout out to him for, putting this panel on. Shout out to those people for just being upfront and honest. And I think that even the 3 people that said that they were going to support Biden, I think with some education, asking the right questions to them and sharing some information with them, I would assume that they would either abstain or they would change their minds as well. That's my thoughts. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. Consider joining the ARP family. It supports me, the team, the channel. It gives us the ability to produce this type of content on a day-to-day basis. I appreciate each person that has joined the team thus far. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up. And I'm going to catch up with you all next time. Peace.